In this last video, we're going to really focus on rates and unit rates. Remember that a rate is a comparison of two different quantities, and a unit rate has a denominator of 1. And so that's going back to the vocab that we talked about on the front of the foldable. In our examples here, we're going to find the unit rate and write them both in fraction form and in word form. So hint, write the rate first using the numbers in the problem, then divide to find the unit rate. A calculator is allowed. So for example, this first rate, we have 560. Gordon memorized 560 vocabulary words in 28 days. I'm going to put 560 words over 28 days. And to find a unit rate, we just have to divide. So the fraction bar tells us to divide. And when I do that, I use my calculator. I do 560 divided by 28, and I get 20. And so my unit rate with words is 20 words for every 1 day is how many he learned. Notice that my denominator is 1. That's what makes this a unit rate. And I have labels with rates and unit rates. Because they're two different quantities, we need labels. We need to know what we're talking about. And so in words, what that means is he learns or he memorized 20 words per day. Penelope drove 210 miles in 3.5 hours. The rate here is 210 miles over 3.5 hours. Instead of writing a fraction within a fraction using that mixed number, I made my mixed number into a decimal. I just think that seems more reasonable, especially when we're talking about using our calculators, because now I can, to find my unit rate, just divide 210 in my calculator, divided by 3 5/10, or 3.5, and I get 60. So when I write my unit rate, I need to use labels. 60 miles for 1 hour. It's a unit rate because it has a denominator of 1. And in words, what that means is 60 miles per hour. And then this last one, Sarah bought 6 pounds of ham for $47.94. How much did she pay per pound? Per pound means that pounds is going to be in my denominator. Because when I get to my unit rate, I want it per 1 pound. So in order to make my unit rate over 1 pound, I need to put pounds down here, and I need to put dollars up at the top. And so it goes a little out of order, so you got to pay close attention, because this one is asking how much did she pay per pound, which is important to our answer in getting this correct. So $47.94 for 6 pounds, over 6 pounds of ham. And then to find the unit rate, the fraction bar tells us to divide. We are allowed to use a calculator this unit, so 47.94 divided by 6 gives me $7.99. Notice that I'm labeling for every 1 pound. And then in words, Sarah paid $7.99 for each pound, or per pound, whatever you prefer.